for you to learn about the Afro International Film Market and Festival. I am with the Afro International Film Market and Festival. I am pleased, proud, and privileged to be a global partner. This is a global partnership in putting Africa in the center of world unity. And we're going to emulate and demonstrate unity for the world, peace on earth through the film industry. We're going to look at all of the enthusiasts who love the future of what film provides in telling stories. And this is about, like never ever has the world seen, how we're going to bring forth and amplify the messages out of Africa. And through this, we're going to be serving all continents. This is going to be a great service to humanity, to all humans in the world. So we're going to get started here. We have our Happy Neighborhood Project ambassador that I'm going to explain. What is the Happy Neighborhood Project? Happy Neighborhood Project is a separate project from the Film Market and Festival, but it's going to catalyze how through happiness, we're going to captivate and compel people to be a part of this world opportunity, again, through films, by filmmakers, by everybody who helps produce films, and everybody whose story is told through a film. And hey, what a way to tell a story about how people are happy and how characters are happy in our films. So Emily is an HMP ambassador. We have over 50 Zoom meetings a week with the Happy Neighborhood Project. We have over 4,000 members to the Happy Co-op. We have over 7,000 followers to our LinkedIn page. The work of Edwin, who is our Chief Happiness Officer, reaches over tens of thousands of people around the world in his work spreading happiness to each and every one of us. And he was recognized by the United Nations for his work in doing this. So Emily is an ambassador, and she also, with our network, with the World of Ability Podcast Network, is a podcast engineer and co-host with us. So co-host with HMP, co-host with the World of Ability Podcast Network, and also one of our hard workers with the Afro International Film Market and Festival. So Emily, we have our debut going right now, the Afro International Show. And Emily, we have our friend Jennifer A. Whitaker is so excited about these 10 episodes that are going to help premiere the great opportunity through this film market and festival. So you're working hard as well through the Jaws Coffee Chat series and what that brings forward in resources by Jen's books and more. So Emily, do you want to give a little bit more of yourself, how you like all these projects we're working on, and then getting on to introducing Jasper, who made this whole production possible that we're doing right now. Take it away, Emily. It's yours.
Thank you, Kurt. So yes, I am Emily. I am a virtual assistant and podcast engineer for this show, Jen's other shows that she has, and all of our other shows. We have about a dozen. So if anybody is interested in joining us on any of our shows, you are more than welcome to connect with us about that. And been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's been a great experience working with Kurt and everybody that we're helping in the Happy Neighbor Project and all of our other projects. But the reason that we're here today is because of our special guest of our Chief Jasper Johnson of Nigeria, who is the founder of our Afro International Film Festival, and going to be happening in October in Atlanta, Georgia, October 12th through 14th. So I'm gonna bring Jasper in here. Welcome, Jasper. You can introduce yourself a little bit and say a little bit about the festival and I got started and that kind of thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily and Kurt. I appreciate you all. My name is His Highness Jasper Johnson, Ochiali the seventh of Ahunwa Kingdom, Yon Masolo Masueno Shimnigweke Thunder. I'm the founder of the Afro International Film Market and Festival, an organization established in 2019 with collaboration and the emergence of the Cape Town International Film Market and Festival and Arise and Build Nigeria Development Initiative. It has been an NGO supporting artists and talents in Nigeria before the merger. And so since then, we've been bringing artists, talents, and contents from African region together and see how we can really begin to have some global collaboration. Because we felt it's high time the African begin to tell their real stories. Before now, our stories were told by strangers and people who didn't really know much about Africa. So the stories were replete with issues of war, famine, disease, and corruption. But we realized that there are beautiful things about Africa that the world needs to know. And that is why we came together and formed Afro International Film Market and Festival so that every content that is being produced in Africa and the Afro planet. Afro planet is Africans living all over the world, which is not basically if they are black or white or red or blue. Everybody that is on planet Earth, I believe, comes from Africa. That is how I believe, because we have the understanding that Africa is the cradle of civilization and, of course, the cradle of humanity. And so what we want to do is to be able to use our stories to be able to bring the world together, to unite the world, to create better platforms for people to have more profound conversations on how to collaborate to do business, on how to collaborate to produce movies, distribute movies, and stuff like that. And so this we've been doing since 2019 up to date. As I speak to you, we're in over 25 nations of Africa and, of course, diaspora. And so this year we felt it's important for us to take our message of hope, a message of peace, message of entrepreneurship to the United States. And our boat is landing at the Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America. And so this October from the 12th to 14th, we are going to be having US Africa Film Summit and Expo, which is a film festival for 3 days, when we shall be having a screen of a lot of films from Africa and diaspora. We're also going to be having conversations about investing into the rich African film industry and also having masterclasses and workshops, and of course, a panel of discussion on how best we can distribute the content we already have produced. So this is what we're doing, and this great opportunity is open for everybody across the world. I'm so delighted and profoundly gratified that I have very strong partnership from the leadership of Kurt, Emily, and Sister Zita and a few others. They've been working around the clock to make sure that this event is top-notch, and want to also use this opportunity to invite more and more characters, more and more persons, studios, film organizations, film companies, and of course distribution platforms to all come together, and let's see how we can help Africa to distribute her content more efficiently. As we speak, arrangement has been concluded to bring in film marketers, film distributors, producers, and directors into this trade event so that they will be able to showcase and exhibit whatever content they are coming. And this is wonderful. Before now, Africa is a place people come to cook, people come to see what is happening there without clear-cut vision of how to partner in the industry. But this time around, we are taking this market, African market, to the United States, because we know the United States is the center, is the epicenter of some of these entertainment activities. So you're all welcome. Let's all come together and see how we can begin to support this industry, because it's actually going to be a win-win situation. So I welcome you all, and God bless you.
All right, awesome, Jasper. So we've been working hard in over a month together, and I've been learning, catching up in the last half of the year, kind of what I'm benefiting from, being able to plug and play into what others of you have provided to me and to the world, and is here for the gathering. And, garnering what it can be for any individual, in the world. And so again, we're shaping this to involve a couple thousand people, 1,000 people with an online experience, so people all around the world have access, and then to have about 1,000 people touching this in the state of Georgia, USA. And so Jasper, our team has been, approaching to spill over 30 people involved, helping us, contributing, collaborating, and being a part of this story. Everybody's so excited. And we have some of our team members here. So Jasper, you want to get us started? I want to make sure that everybody's in the show session has a chance to say hello, be introduced, and make a comment. So Jasper, where do you want to start?
Yeah, today's event, I've been able to invite very, very serious-minded Africans and friends of Africa who are here today. And these are people who are working with the Afro International Filmmakers Festival as coordinators, ambassadors, and directors. And their effort has been so commendable. And so we felt that they should be able to be part of this platform and be able to learn more on how we can actually partner and grow this whole thing together. I have Ambassador Leonard Banda today from Zambia and Zimbabwe. I hope he's here.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, you're already at home.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good. And hello, board. Thank you so much, Jasper. And thank you so much, our panelist, who's the host. I'm Ambassador Leonard Banda. Yes, like what Chief said, the ambassador for Afro International Film and Arts for Southern African province. It was actually the whole Africa, but we are many because the platform is big, the festival is big, so we have become so many, but for one cause. So I'm very glad, I'm very delighted to be part of this big program, which will be happening in United States of America, in Atlanta, Georgia. We are also bringing all our best talent in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Botswana, South Africa, only to mention a few. So we are looking forward for this great 4 days that will be there, participating. We are bringing arts. Art is diverse. We are bringing musicians. They are also coming to learn. We are bringing the film makers, film producers. Also be reminded that also in the arts, in the musicians as well side, they are also producers who produce that content. They also need to come and learn how it's done because it's an exchange program. So it's going to be benefiting both the governments, countries at large. Also, I also urge, the countries as ministers of arts, youth, and sports to be participating, to come in their numbers, to learn more as their ministries, because all these guys, they fall under their ministries, Ministry of Arts, Ministry of what, they also need to participate, need to help in, be it traveling there, accommodation. I appeal to these ministries, governments, to help their people to come and be part of this big festival. It's going to be big because it's one of its kind in our continent. So my appeal, because I work with these guys, I work with governments, I work with former presidents, ministers. So I'm appealing on behalf of the Afro International Film and Arts Festival, the ambassador, that please support your locals to raise their flag high at the Afro International Film and Arts Festival in October 2023, which is happening in Atlanta. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador Leonard Banda. You've been very instrumental to some of our connections, the SADC region. We're looking forward to, you recall we have a very strategic and prestigious award for our leaders in business, in politics, and religion. That is called the Eagles Long-Time Achievement Award. That award will be given to deserving men and women and organizations that have contributed immensely to the growth and development of their society and of their community. So we look forward to you nominating some presidents, ex-presidents, ambassadors of nations, and of course, ministers, traditional rulers as well. Recall last time you paid a courtesy call on the biggest traditional ruler in Zambia, We would like to have him come visit us in Atlanta so we can give him an award. An award is a position for him to do more for Africa. So we look forward to that. And we believe you are going to deliver because you've got the capabilities. Thank you very much for coming on this meeting. Thank you.
So much, Your Highness. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so here we go.
Do we have others in the house? Do we have Chancellor, Treasurer from Zambia? Are you here?
No, we have Global Midwife. We have
Okay.
Williams.
Good. Let me introduce Global Midwife. Global Midwife is our representative in Ghana. She has an NGO that is doing very well in the health sector, and she's a very, very important voice in Ghana and the whole of West Africa. So I have been pleading with her all this while to be able to be part of this meeting, and I'm so excited that she has graciously attended. Global Midwife, you are welcome to this meeting.
Thank you so much, Your Highness. Good day, everyone. My name is Sarah Inkansa-Boateng. I'm a Ghanaian and a practicing midwife. And as he rightly said, I have an NGO which is geared towards girl child education and helping the women with their reproductive health needs. Also, we are into community development. Honestly, I do not know much about the film festival. I connected with Your Highness on LinkedIn, so he's here to fill me in. But honestly, joining this meeting, I am so humbled and delighted to be part of this team, and hopefully, I'll do my best to contribute to this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Global Midwife. Thank you so much. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. You will know a lot about not just Afro International Film Market, but as well as what Todd and Emily are doing across the globe in bringing happiness to everybody. You're welcome on board.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Do we have the lady from Cape Town? Did she join us back?
No, we have Williams.
William. Okay, William. Let me introduce William. William Ame is a prolific filmmaker. He's a very talented actor, screenwriter. He's a very, very productive individual in the Nigerian film industry. And he's yearning for this kind of bridge to be able to connect to the developed world like Hollywood in order for Nigerian film industry to do better, because we can't do this alone. We need equipment, we need investment, and of course, we need such a level playing market for us to be able to transact with our contents and what the content can produce. So, Mr. Ame, you're welcome to this platform today. Like I kept telling you, we are growing from strength to strength. And this is our global partner, Mr. Court, and Emily, who are there piloting the media affair to make sure that our voices are heard at the global space. You're welcome, Ame.
Thank you very much, Your Highness. It's a pleasure to be on this meeting with you and to meet you, Mr. Court and Emily, and of course, Sydney, Global Midwife, and our ambassador from Zambia. Particularly, I'm a filmmaker with a particular interest in telling Pan-African stories. You know, as a storyteller, I've discovered over time that most of the content we consume in Africa, 65% of the content that is produced about Africa for Africans are not produced by Africans. So you see, if we as Africans do not have a proper representation of our story, if we as Africans do not own our own story, then of course, you know, whoever is telling our story is telling the story from their own perspective. And I believe as Africans, we have over 5,000 diverse culture in Africa. And of course, we have African original stories that most of these stories are going to extinct and nobody's talking about them. You know, storytelling plays a very huge role in our life as Africans, as a matter of fact, you know, over time, from oral stories to the televised stories and all of these things. As a Nigerian particularly, I've not been to the United States, but I know most of the things that are happening in the United States because of media, because of storytelling, because of Hollywood, you know, and all of these things. So at this point in time, as a storyteller, it is essential that we represent the interest of the African people and correct the popular beliefs that might not necessarily represent the truth about Africa, you know, and of course project Africa to, you know, in a better light than we actually have. And the Afro International Film Festival plays a vital role in this cause. You know, having, especially the fact that it is not even happening in anywhere in Africa, happening in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, taking Africans to Atlanta to collaborate with Hollywood filmmakers, Hollywood producers, and all of these things. You know, as a matter of fact, as we are growing in Africa, is a baby industry. As a matter of fact, if we want to compare it to Europe and other parts of the world, but you see, we cannot actually do this on our own. We need effective collaboration. You know, collaboration not just in terms of finance, in terms of investment, but cross-pollination of ideas. You know, cross-pollination of ideas, cross-pollination and fertilization of ideas, you know, to become better in the course of telling our stories. As a matter of fact, we as Africans, we might be, permit me to use the word bias, to telling original African stories, but we might not necessarily have all the tools and all the technical abilities to properly represent our own stories. So you see where the role of collaboration plays a very huge part in this regard. So we appreciate that this festival is channeled towards promoting African culture, you know, in every light, both in fashion and in music and in films and every form to which the African culture is will be promoted, you know. And I'm happy to be on this call with you all today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our own erudite scholar, Ame. Thank you so much. We'll continue to work with you to ensure that the best of the best are part and parcel of what Afro International Film Market is doing. Thank you so much. Mr. Todd, back to you.
All right, so as part of our program today, we're announcing with our growing team the addition of our all-new team member. He is pledging that he's going to find some way, shape, or form to help everything we're talking about today and ongoing for the next 5 months and on into the future. Maury, welcome aboard. I want to give you a chance to introduce yourself or what you do and kind of what are you dreaming up might be a first connection for you with this group and your contribution as a professional.
So thank you very much, first of all, for considering me and allowing me to be a small piece to the puzzle here. I'm Maury Zelkovich, and I'm actually the world's first and only brainwave entrainment engineer. What I am is really a neuroscientist who uses light and sound to alter brainwave activity. That alters how we perceive the world around us. Interestingly enough, that's exactly what you folks are doing. I guess we are doing now, by exposing people to African culture, African talent, and the beautiful minds of all the artists there. By sharing it with the world, you're going to make the world a better place. I was just sending a text to Kurt. I actually know someone since childhood who owns his own, let me just take a look before I speak out of it. He's the executive producer and president of a company called Can Do Films. And what I will do is he's in Hollywood, and he's done a lot of meaningful productions. He doesn't do like the shoot 'em up, you know, kind of mindless drivel that most of Hollywood does. He does meaningful work. And I'm happy to, if you folks can send me some links that are relevant to this event, maybe there's something he can do to be of service to the organization and to getting the word out in Hollywood more as well. So interestingly enough, I don't normally consider myself as someone with contacts or connections, but in this case, maybe there's something that can make a massive difference here. And I think the world, you know, I realize that you want to get your messages out to the world as a whole, to help yourselves, to help, you know, to bring more money into the countries in question, to bring more notoriety, to let people see what is real as opposed to what they are taught through fear and through misinformation. You know, the rest of the world, look, I'm from Canada, and there's plenty of Americans who still think I live in an igloo. And when they hear I have a car, they can't believe that I drive. How can I drive with snow everywhere? You know, it's 30 degrees Celsius outside now. I wish I could be naked, except I'm on camera. That wouldn't be very good for the cause. But ultimately, you know, I want to be of whatever help I be. I have products that I'm happy to donate to the cause. If people are having an issue with depression, with anxiety, with stress, with just not feeling energized, having a hard time motivating, my work helps you to help yourself. So I'm happy to donate to countries, to individuals, to organizations, whatever you feel might be of use. I'm happy to be there for you. I don't really see beyond my ability to perhaps introduce you to my friend Howard in Hollywood. Hopefully he has time. I don't know, I can't speak for him, but it's nice that I have the contact to make. And I just want to be whatever value I can be for you all. I think that I have been ripped off most of my life by not being exposed to the art of Africa. And as was said, we are all from Africa anyway.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I do feel a connection to Africa. You know, my skin is bleached, but you know, I still feel the contact and the connection and the brotherhood. So thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Well, thank you,
so
Maury.
much. Thank you. We're gonna have your WhatsApp number, and then we'll supply you all the materials for you to forward to your friends in Hollywood and elsewhere. Let's work together.
My pleasure, and thank you for including me.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. So things keep amping up and ramping up here with the Afro International Film Market and Festival. We have our friend Sydney on here. I want to check in with Sydney. Are you out there able to introduce yourself, Sydney, and say any remarks? He's been hanging with us for quite some time already on our session. I want to check here. Sydney, are you available? One more time. Oh, there it is. Sydney, say hello and introduce yourself and anything you want to do to add to the conversation. What remarks do you have, Sydney?
Thank you very much. My name is Sydney, and I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. And I'm so excited to be part of this team. And I am also glad to see that people are coming on board to support this cause. And I'm also doing my best to see that the event gets successful. I'm just urging all of us to be supportive of the cause. And at the end of the day, I know we're going to be successful. I have a background in project management, monitoring and evaluation, and also coordination. Currently, I'm more into research. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to see all of you.
Thank you, Sydney. You're a great guy.
Yes. So, Jasper, anything else that you'd like to be as part of this program yet, or did we get everything in? What do you think, Jasper?
I think a lot has been said today. We're not going to really belabor these issues. The issues are out there in the open. It's a collaborative effort. It's partnership ongoing. So I'm glad our friend from Canada is going to give us somebody in Hollywood that is going to also come in and see how best he can help us push this information around that neighborhood so that we can all get them involved. We've got a lot of contents in Africa. One of the major challenges is the ability and the means to be able to export some of this content and be able to get return on investment. So if we're able to get a very effective channel of distribution and marketing of our content in the Hollywood, I think that is going to go a long way in supporting the local filmmakers and the people in the allied industry. Apparently, I'm very happy and excited, and I wish all of us well.
All right, folks. So that'll do it for this debut premiere episode of the Afro International Show.
Sorry, Scott. Let me come in here because we don't have some of these numbers in our group WhatsApp. Like Ambassador Leonard Banda and a few others are not in our group chat. So we're going to be able to absorb them into any of the very vital WhatsApp groups so that they can also be making their own intellectual contribution going forward.
Yeah, we'll be able to take care of that offline from our live stream and recording for syndication. Again, it's production inspired through Jennifer A. Whitaker with Jen's Books and More. And with that, the Jaws Coffee Chat series. So we are out here available as a platform to make sure that people's stories are told. And we like these talk shows. And so if you'd like to have your own show, you know, we are producers here. So we are happy to show you the way. And we have a team that can help you get your wheelhouse out to the world with the Jaws Coffee Chat series, and in collaboration, cooperation with the World of Ability Podcast Network and our work with the Disability Channel, showcasing abilities television by and with people with disabilities and veterans. And through the Happy Neighborhood Project, we met Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios with Wingate TV. Thank you, Lawrence, for all the great work you're doing and syndicating these works on your platform. We have Zach Clayton out of Colorado with the PAC channel. We helped him create that PAC channel with Community Pay It Forward. So we also are working with nonprofit TV, and we'd be remiss not to recognize Marcus Hart with Transform You Media Network. So we have quite a conglomeration going here, and we have a lot of people interested in this humanitarian work that we're doing and to create this global conversation of what's good for the future of the world. And we definitely include in that the Afro International Film. Pleased, proud, and privileged to be with this group today and having delivered our first episode of 10. Our next episode will be on May 26th. So our next short show will be on Friday, May 26th at the same time. Tune in for the next one and make sure you're getting all 10, the power of 10 with this show. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
All right. So we are clear from show productions. So I know some people